Hey there, how
Hey,
are you?
hello, Dana Abercrombie, the Coalition. This season one has been really interesting for Cooper. Cooper came to terms with his sexuality, and now I really wanted to know how does that change his relationships with his friends, and also we have the whole family dynamic.
Yeah. I think what's really wonderful is Cooper finds out that he does have true friends that accept him and all that he is and all that who he is. And I think that was something that surprised him and that he wasn't expecting. As far as his family dynamic, you know, I think his dad, him being an athlete and his relationship with his father, that's still something that he's navigating and trying to understand and what all that means. But season two, we'll dig deeper into it, and he'll be surprised by some of the things that come to light. But yeah.
Okay, well, kind of going off of the father son dynamic, can you tease whether or not it will be joyful?
It will be heartfelt. Um,
Okay.
there will be I just think when you've lived one way for your whole life and you've believed one thing your whole life, if you now change that, there's going to be some growing pains and there's going to be some navigating new territory. But Alimi Ballard, who plays Kevin Clay, the dad, brings a lot of nuance and love, and he's still this loving parent at the end of the day, even though things are so different for him as a father, with the expectations that he has for his son. But at the end of the day, I think it's heartfelt, and there are definitely moments of joy. There are moments of sadness, some moments of confusion, but it's a heartfelt, raw story, and I think that it's beautiful that we can dig into some of that truth.
Okay. So can Cooper accept his father for where he is at right now? It's
That's a
not the
Yeah,
can
that's a great
he
question. Well, I think there's a conversation very early on in season two where Cooper's like, "So you wanted this one thing all along, and now you are flipping sides because of what's essentially money and business." And I think that's a very hard thing for Cooper to rationalize and come to terms with. And so, in terms of forgiving his dad, I think he accepts his dad for who he knows his dad is. Forgiveness might be something that takes a little bit more time.
okay. That's something. I wanted to know, kind of going into the mindset of season two, where exactly is Cooper? Because we look at the situation of the whole murder mystery that he's kind of gone through. We had the painkiller incident as well. I was like, oh my God, please don't be addicted. That was like a whole moment for me because we know addicts and pills. I'm like, oh
Right,
Lord Jesus. So
right.
can you kind of explain the mindset in season two?
I think Cooper's going through a lot. I mean, Jake was Cooper's best friend, and at the end of season one, he kind of expresses to Jake that he feels lied to and betrayed, and he was gaslit for so long. And so there's on one hand there's that like frustration towards Jake, but then on the other hand, like he just watched his best friend die. And so that's a heavy pill to swallow. On top of that, in season one, they were kind of accused of a murder. Season two, it's like they took part in a murder to an extent. So I think every single day for Cooper, it's like he's on eggshells. Could this be the day that I get found out? What does this mean for my baseball career? What is my dad going to say? What about my little brother Lucas? What about the future I'm supposed to provide for my family? So just a lot of tension, a lot of anxiety, a lot of tension.
So we got a text from last season. Who is Simon? Said Simon says, "Is there any theories that Cooper may have going into season two?"
Um, that's a good question. I don't know if Cooper has any theories. What I do know that Cooper believes is, let me keep my distance from this murder club because the more I stick around them, the more trouble seems to follow me. So, theory number one is keep your distance.
See, I was like, you need new friends. Does he
Right.
get a group of new friends that's like,
Right.
let's be basic.
Let's
Let's have
just
out a reading
chill.
club.
We don't need all this excitement and drama. Like, chill is good too.
Jill is very good. So, lastly, what I was wondering with this whole thing that's happening, how does that sports career look? Is it as promising as it first started out to be with the whole weight of what's going on?
I mean, I definitely don't think it's as promising. I think something that's interesting is I think Cooper realizes that there's more to life in a way that he hasn't in the past. Like he's found love. I think that takes up a lot of his brain space. I think he's seen a side of baseball that he hadn't seen before, which is sponsors and why sponsors might want to work with you as a gay athlete as opposed to when they didn't know that you were a gay athlete. Is there exploitation there? So I just think instead of things being black and white, they sit in a more gray area for Cooper, and I think he's
Okay.
got to mature faster as a result of these looming murder investigations.
Will there be love that is age appropriate and doesn't require so much lying?
Tune in to find out.
That's wonderful. And kind of wrapping up really quickly for season 3, if you could describe what would Chib's motives, where he, in terms of the top 3 things that he's most concerned about and wants to tackle.
For Cooper or for
Or
Chip?
for Cooper, sorry.
No worries. I think Cooper wants. I think he wants a loving relationship with his father that's not conditional on baseball, which is not conditioned on like baseball. I think he wants a loving relationship with a love interest that it's drama free and it's free of lies. I don't think Cooper wants to lie. I think he does it for self preservation, and so if he can separate himself from the lies and have a true loving relationship, he would want that. And then, just to make the people around him proud, whether that's his friend group, whether that's providing for his family. I think Cooper puts a lot of pressure on himself to show up for the world around him. And so if he could do that without the stress and drama and no more deaths, I think that would be top of the priorities.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for speaking with me. Fingers crossed no one dies. That'll be good. We don't know. But thank you for
Thank you,
speaking.
Dan. I appreciate your time.